Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your next 3 months tarot reading. This is going to be a reading that's going to cover the months of April, May and June. So looking at the longer term picture rather than, the monthlies that look at what's literally on your doorstep. So this is a reading meant for the people born under the High Priestess card, the Strength card and the Judgment card. If you do not know what your tarot birth card is, I've dropped you a link in the description box below to a short instructional video so that you can work it out and then come back and check out your reading. For this reading, I'm going to be using two different decks. I will be using the Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Oracle, which is this one here, and also the Journey of the Sacred Bee Tarot. They work together. I've reviewed both of them on my channel, and there will also be a link in the description box below if you're interested in looking at the artwork, thinking about the concept of the two decks, and maybe getting them for yourselves. So, with all that said, I hope you're doing well and that you've had a good month so far. And without further ado, let's begin. So if you would like to connect to the energies of my deck, now's the time to take a couple of deep breaths whilst I shuffle it. So what do my querents born under the High Priestess, the Strength and the Judgment cards need to hear for their highest good for the next 3 months, please? So I'm going to pull out 3 energies representing the 3 months from this deck. So we begin with Observer. We also have Denial. And Dreams. Okay. So the message I'm getting immediately is that there is something blocking you towards getting what you want, your dreams, what you're trying to manifest or whatever. And this is obviously denial, because we have the dreams on the right towards the future, obviously, which is towards the June months. But right in the middle of this, we have a denial and then Observer. Now the card of Observer is from the element of heather, which is the element of spirit. And this is a card that's asking you to take a deep, close look at whatever is happening. And this is the card for April. Rather than taking action, take a step back and observe, just look at what's unfolding in front of you, because you are going to get a lot of information from what I'm getting. It's like I'm hearing that there's a veil that's going to be removed, and you're going to see some things that you may not like, but it is very important that you see them, and that's why it's under the element of heather, the spirit element, because this is something you meant to see and that you may not have noticed. So April's going to be a month more under the passive type of being rather than active. What I mean by that, and I don't mean passive in a negative connotation, I mean it as, the yin and the yang. These are two elements that are intermingling, and you need one for the other. But now it's not the time to take action. Now is the time to actually observe, look at people, look at how they react, look at the situation, consider things very carefully, take some time out. That's what I'm getting. Now, after this, we have a denial, and this is in the air element, which is obviously the mental body. So there may be things that are unearthed, some truths come your way, or some things are exposed because you took the time out and you observed, because when we're always busy, we don't see sometimes the things that are right under our noses, and it may not be pleasant. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but we're going to get into the tarot to obviously, see what this is all about. But this may lead you to a point where you're thinking, no, surely that can't be. It doesn't have to be denial as in I'm stubborn, I don't want to accept it. It may be more of the shock and surprise of like, seriously? That kind of thing. And then after that, once we've dealt with that, we move on to dreams. Now, this may be an injunction for you to start dreaming, you know, of better things for yourself. This is from the water element. So here we're talking about emotions, feelings, tapping into what would bring you emotional contentment or satisfaction. It may be now the time to switch into a more active phase and manifesting something. But let's get the tarot and clarify. So can you clarify those energies for my Aquarians, please? All right. We have the Nine of Cups, happiness, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Wow, okay. Then we have the Six of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. And then we have the Moon, the Major Arcana, coming up here, the Six of Cups, and the Princess of Discs. That's the Page of Coins. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy at work underneath that you may not be aware of, we have the King of Coins. Now, the King of Coins is a beautiful energy of stability in your everyday life, because the coins represent the earth element, which is to do with the tangible, the physical world. And the kings in the tarot represents mastery, expertise, knowledge in their suit. So this is somebody who knows how to build prosperity and abundance, financial stability. This is someone who would not take risks. This is somebody who knows how to grow things, how to nurture. Someone obviously very wise, and please, no genders attached, we're just talking about the energy. And this is the energy under the deck. So it may be somebody around you, or it could be you transforming into this energy, and you need to go through this, through the observing, denial, and start dreaming in order to become this person in your actual life. So we're going to look at that. Let me just put it here, because this is where towards what we're going. So under the Observer, you have incredible cards, really. I mean, the 9 to the 10, obviously you have progression, which is phenomenal, and all to do with water, because we've got the King of Cups, the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups. I think we have even more water somewhere here. Yeah, so you have a lot to do with your emotions, your feelings, which is leading me to ask you this question, you know, are you completely fulfilled? Because from this, it looks like you are. But with this denial here, obviously comes the question, because the Nine of Cups is having the wish fulfillment, right? The Ten of Cups is the happy ever after. So all of those cards are incredibly positive in the emotional realm. And the King of Cups is somebody who is emotionally mature, someone who doesn't get... you know, when something challenging arises, this is somebody who can tackle it and doesn't get overwhelmed or overpowered by their feelings and emotions, because they know how to control them. So it could represent someone who you're in a relationship with, obviously, but it could also be representing you, okay, and you observing how you react in this kind of situation. You know, are you, you know, happy in that situation, because it looks absolutely perfectly wonderful. But for some reason, I'm getting the message that it's not quite as it seems. And I will say this, it's a message for some of you, not all of you, but I will say it because I have to. The King of Cups can sometimes represent, in his worst traits, somebody who can manipulate you emotionally, because they're very good at it. You know, they are the masters of their suit, and they know how to manipulate emotions and feelings in people. So there could be that. And this is the message I'm getting for some of you, which is why it's saying observe. But that's not for all of you. For others of you, it's more a question of you embodying this King of Cups and, you know, looking at your current situation, what you've built, and is it really what you were after? Is it your happy ever after? You know, consider this, basically. That's what they're asking you to observe. And then we've got the card of denial, and with this we've got the Six of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Now I love this combination with denial, because you've got the sword of truth, the sword that's going to free you up this frame of mind where, you know, we quite can't believe what we're seeing or what's happening. The Ace of Swords is the epiphany for me card. You know, it's like that light bulb moment above your head that pings and goes, oh, that's it. I don't know why I didn't see it before, but now I do. So from the stage of observing, moving on to this moment of clarity where, you know, the veil has been lifted and you see things for what they are. So it is a triumphant moment, you know, but it's to do with your mind when you see it. And this is what will break you free of this shock of, or, you know, it's not even, I don't mean it in a shock in a way like, oh my God, you know, I just mean like, I can't believe this, you know, that level. And we have the Six of Wands. Now the six to me is a beautiful number of harmony. You have two sixes, which is very good because it represents harmony after having overcome some kind of disruption, change, or challenge. You know, if you go against the grain of change, it becomes a challenge. And the Six of Wands, because it's to do with fire, with your spirit, your passion, and your desire, this is a victory, this is a triumph, this is overcoming whatever you've observed, whatever you've seen, whatever you've come to realize, and being triumphant. So you've got two cards that show you triumphing over the denial or the surprise, the shock that may come from what you observe. For some of you, and that's the main message I'm getting, you may be coming to the realization that it is not what you want. What you thought would be your wish fulfillment, your happy ever after, isn't. Now it could be for a career, but it could also be in a romantic relationship. You know, take what resonates. It could also be with somebody you wanted to be in a relationship with that you thought would be your 9 and your 10 of cups, and then you seeing them for who they are. You know, take what applies. But the Six of Wands is a resounding triumph. You know, it's really claiming that victory with the clarity. And then we have a Knight, which is then taking action. And because it's in the same suit, I see you gearing up to take action, because now you have all of the information you need. The Knight of Swords is someone who has gathered all of the resources they need in order to get towards what they want. Swords, as I've explained, it's to do with the mental body, and Knights represents movement forward. So this Knight is also the fastest because it is the air element, so it goes faster than the others. So from you triumphing from what you've observed, the surprise, the shock, whatever it is, getting that epiphany, that moment of clarity, which gives you the truths, the facts that you needed, and then off you go, taking action towards the next step for you, which is the card of dreams. And with dreams, we have the Moon, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Coins. Now the Moon is a big energy, it's a major arcana, and it represents, again, it's very watery. It represents maybe deeply buried feelings, but it could also be deeply buried dreams. Things look different under the moonlight than they do under the sunlight. And with the moon energy, it is an invitation to tap into those dreams that you have buried because you didn't think you could have them. Also tapping into your intuition, to ask your intuition to guide you towards what is the right way, what's the path for you, you know, once you've had this clarity and you know you've gone through the process of observing. So the moon being there may also indicate that you have some uncertainties, you know, some apprehensions about dreams, because you know having dreams is beautiful, but they may or may not manifest, which obviously is something we're all aware of. The other thing is you may be receiving, the dreams card here may be a message for you to pay attention to your dreams, because your spirit team, whoever you work with, could be God, the universe, your angels, your ancestors, any deity you pray to, they may be trying to contact you and give you downloads during your dreams. And so with the moon being here, this is to me a strong message that maybe some spiritual downloads are, or messages are being available for you in June. And, you know, to keep a diary on your bedside table, by the way, so that you can jot down anything you remember, because when you wake up you may forget. So there may be that. You may be getting messages that maybe June may be a period of time for you where you are more sensitive to these kind of energies. So whether the card of dreams is referring to this or referring to dreams and aspirations, things that you can turn your mind to now and try and manifest, this is what I'm seeing. But you've got, you know, happy times coming your way, because the Six of Cups is just very happy times. It's having overcome some emotional challenges, you know, some challenges that challenged you emotionally. So as I said, there could be some truths revealed, or some realizing that someone is not who they say they are, or they're not what you thought they would bring you happiness and they didn't. Whatever it is, or you sent for your career, there's happiness coming back. You know, it's that beautiful energy of happy times. There may be connection or reconnection with people you've known for a long time, but doesn't have to be, but could be. But it's just a card that signifies a lighter energy, you know, with the idea of the energy of dreams and the Six of Cups. There's a lighter energy in June. And then we have the Page of Coins, which then leads you to a door being open, because the pages represents new directions, you know, like meaning new beginnings. Like a door magically opens and, you know, you're thinking, oh, maybe I should go through it. So it could be an opportunity. Like, you know, if you hear, for instance, for, I don't know, a business, that could be a new business venture, you know, on how to expand it. If you hear and you're not in a business, but you wanted to go on a course, or you wanted to exhibit your art and everything was full, and suddenly you receive a message that says, hey, someone cancelled, are you still interested? Okay, because the pages also represents messages coming your way or news coming your way. Now, because we're dealing with the coins, we're dealing with the physical realm, anything tangible and, you know, that touches you on an everyday life. So this is very exciting, because from the point of observing and what looked, quite frankly, dreamy, you then move on to having to realize that this is not actually quite what you want. But that moment of realization gives you the means to then move on further on your path and start looking at what you can manifest, what would be your ultimate aspiration, what's your dream. And with obviously an opportunity coming your way with this Page of Coins, you know, whether it's in the form of a message, of a contract, of, as I said, a new adventure that comes your way, it will be very tangible, you will recognize it. And ultimately, this is leading you to that King of Coins. Now, could be you transforming and becoming that person, or it could be that this King of Coins is going to come on your path and bring you this opportunity that we see here with the Page of Coins. Now, obviously, take what resonates, and please do remember that there's no genders attached, so this is somebody who would have the characteristic of that King of Coins, but someone you can definitely trust and rely upon. This is a very pragmatic energy, very practical, you know, someone who's trustworthy, meant to be on your path, or it's you turning into that person. As I said, take what resonates, you know, bringing yourself the sense of abundance and stability that you desire and require. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm truly humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a truly wonderful month, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.